guys, and welcome back to today's video. Today we are going to be theorizing about Indigo Park, and I'm sorry about if there could be static because there might be some stuff at the background. So first, we are going to be theorizing about chapter 1. What happened to all the employees? How did they go missing? And how are the mascots killing everybody in there? So first, we are going to be talking about Rambly the raccoon. Rambly, he's our helping friend, but is he? Because most of the time when we play Indigo Park, we normally see him kind. But this one time when we give the Lloyd plush, he does not care about Lloyd. And it's almost like he has done something to Lloyd and now he doesn't not like it. And Rambly was the only person who was still stuck inside that same room since the beginning. And also, Rambly glitches out a lot. And Rambly does also enjoy when he sees a new person. But if Rambly could teleport through each and every TV, how was he stuck? Maybe he was tricking the main character, us, that we were stuck inside. And Rambly is quite strange at first when he does that one face at the beginning of the game, like he's glitching out of his original form. It's almost like he's the cause of everything. Probably because he is, but we cannot know that until we have more chapters released. Now, how did all the employees get replaced? All the employees used to be mascots, and we can further go inside that detail as the Rambly hat was old. We can know that Rambly hat is technically something what workers used to use until they made the real-life human version. How could they make the real-life human version? So they could have made it this way, by taking humans and then after that putting some electronics in them, like those stuff. Probably Rambly was made by an AI, and they never made for the rest of them AI. So probably all of them went on a rampage, like we know. Molly Macaw, she is like a bird, and sometimes those birds repeat the same words. And in one of her voice lines, she does say about get back in your cage, bird. That means maybe the workers were abusing them, or we know Scala. She is the counterpart of Rambly, the opposite of everything. And we know from the game that she tried to control Molly Macaw until the game crashed. And Rambly once said that he would wish he could jump out of that screen and eat the raspberries we got from there. That sounds like he used to have a body outside of there. And we also know that the statue at the middle of the area, almost at the beginning of the game, we know that everything destroyed. And how could that be? Because if this place was abandoned and the entryway that nobody could get through was closed, how was it all destroyed? Maybe by an earthquake? Maybe by a flood? Anything that could maybe happen to All these buildings are now destroyed. Or maybe it's because Ramley caused all this. Because when we were in the gift shop, Ramley suddenly shutted the door on our faces without any warning. He shutted the door and blamed it on the door. Ramley, he's trying to act like everything's fine at the beginning until he knows that everything's not fine. It's like Ramley's trying to redeem himself because he knows this park will fall apart one day and then he won't exist anymore. So he's trying to trick us and do tricks on us for the last bit of his life. Until he saw us. He thought we wouldn't know that he's just an AI. And we know there are movies here. But they keep movies in there. But we never actually saw the cardboard cutout of Sal. And if we go on the ride where Molly McCarr is first seen in her own cardboard ride, we can actually see at the beginning of the train ride that we can see a photo about Lloyd giving the keys to this ride to Ramley. Maybe Lloyd was the original person of this ride, but then Ramley did not enjoy that, so he started doing his own things. Probably he told Salem first and then told the rest of them to go rogue. Because if Ramley was trapped in that room for so long, why would he be trapped in there? Probably because Ramley was the whole mastermind after all of this chaos in Indigo Park. And also, Ramley, he glitches a lot, and most of the ride parts are destroyed. And also, Molly McCaw is mostly attacking us and stalking us throughout the game. But Lloyd ran away and never chased us ever again. It's like Lloyd doesn't have anything to do with us. But if Lloyd returns in future chapters, it would be probably like a boss fight for Lloyd. And we know that Finley is always shy, but at the end of chapter 1, we actually see Finley coming out of his area. And we saw, it said that Finley's ride is under construction and it's like closed. So, could the area be full of water and we're trying to escape from Finley and then the rest of the park is full of water? And Finley, we don't get so much lore about him, but we know that he's shy and has a good heart. Maybe his good heart has disappeared. Now, we're gonna be talking about Sal. If we go to her ride, we don't actually see much of her ride. It's all destroyed, her cardboard cutout is on the floor, blood everywhere. It's like somebody said to destroy this ride. And like I said before, it could be Ramley, or it could be the humans. We know that Ramley hates Lloyd a lot. maybe it's because Lloyd was the original. Because when we see the ultra deluxe version of Lloyd, of the cartoon versions of him, we know that that could be something that he used to be the main owner of Indigo Park, the main mascot. But now he isn't, because people like a cute raccoon instead of a cute lion. Maybe after that, when Lloyd was getting most of the attention, Rambly did not enjoy that. So Rambly took it in his own hands to keep Lloyd get shocked whenever Lloyd is coming after Rambly's area. Maybe that's why they hate each other so much. And Lloyd is quite scared after when we try to open the gates to freedom after escaping Lloyd's area. We know that Lloyd kind of got shocked by the Crittercraft. That means the Crittercraft could have some stuff about inside its systems. And we know that Molly Macaw is after us. But why? Maybe it's because we know that the main character's mom likes Molly Macaw. So that could be the reason why is Molly Macaw following. But we know that it's because Molly Macaw wants to kill us. But how did she find us in the first place? Maybe she's trying to kill us because we are the only people here and they're starving. But I think in chapter 2 there could be more people coming. So, and we also know that Rambly, all of these people could be treated badly, or they could be making like an entire army and then they killed everybody in the park, all the guests, until once Rambly was trapped inside that entire room. He couldn't give orders for any longer and he could only remember his old tapes. And when he ever glitches out, that could mean he's breaking out to his evil self. Maybe that's the reason why he glitches a lot. His evil self is sending signals to others. And if he's sending signals, and we also know that the clock tower in the game is broken, it keeps making random times. It's probably because the clock tower is also broken because the entire park has been still having electricity, and the amount of electricity was still there. Or there could be like Salem or Rambly doing the time randomly, so then we never remember what time was it, so then we never leave. And we know that Lloyd's theater is bigger than Rambly's rides because Lloyd was the first. Maybe Rambly was the newest character recently added, and they made it an AI because they never wanted it. When I call it because Rambly's an AI. They never wanted Rambly to actually like interact with the people in real life. They would rather have humans, because if Rambly is a raccoon, just imagine this: you hugging a raccoon with a tie on his neck. You wouldn't want that. You would only want to see him on the TV looking all cute and those stuff. But when we actually enter the warehouse, we can see Molly Macaw right behind us. And that's suspicious because we also see that Lloyd is just watching us. And one reason there's a problem. Probably the critter cuffs weren't supposed to only open gates for us. They were also supposed to resuscitate ourselves. Because we know Ramley says the critter cuff could not resuscitate us yet. But what does that actually mean? Maybe it means like revive us or something. That's why it sent a signal beam to Lloyd when he tried to kill us. But then when Molly Macaw killed us, she tried to drag the body and then she tried to maybe open the door. Or maybe the resuscitate means shocking these killer mascots before they come close. Maybe all the workers never had the critter cuffs. So they all died, but the rest of the people who had it got protected by it. But because there's millions of people, these mascots will get shocked. But we know that Ramley has connection to the critter cuffs, so he could be the person under all this plan, first turning off all the critter cuffs resuscitations, then freeing all of the mascots from their jail cells, because we know that there's a cage for Molly Macaw. If there's a cage for Molly Macaw, that means there's a cage for all of them. And we know if they have cages, that means they're a bit dangerous. So if Ramley freed them all and turned off the resuscitation on every single critter cuff, then they probably went after all of the humans, killed them all, and then our main character was so upset and he came back so they can investigate what happened to Indigo Park and why did it shut it down. Because it's probably because that everything has turned off. And we know that Ramley says that he cannot do anything without a human user. If there was no human user, wouldn't the lights be all turned off? Wouldn't everything not work anymore? And wouldn't every single power source be off completely? And if you guys say that it's probably because, well, we turned on the generators and probably fixed everything. No, because if it regenerated everything, why are we fixing more generators? Because our flashlight can turn off sometimes. We can know that because after we get out of Lloyd's area, we see that our flashlight turned off. But how? Probably because Lloyd shuttered it, or maybe because there's power in the entire park and it's connected to our flashlight. That would be a silly theory about the flashlight connected to the entire park. But we know that our main character is connected to the main park. He knows this park very well. And we can further back this theory because before we touch any of the plushies we got, it actually shows us the memory we had with those items. Like if we get Molly Macaw, it says something about his mom remembering this as her favorite character. And why would he come back here? Is it because of the fun memories, or is it because of the theories what happened here? And we know that this raccoon is not a cute looking guy, because he has connection to all of the critter cuffs. And if he does not have view on us, he will never ever know that where we are. So probably the critter cuffs always show him your location, and then he tells to his friends your location. That's probably why we can always not be safe. And also, when we go to Molly's landing pad, we see that it's all happy fun. But the one thing that makes me think, why is there a giant gate door? Maybe Indigo Park opened for the first time for like the first month and they had everything brand new. Or the door could look much cleaner, much better, like better stuff, look like the old walls of the landing pad. But then maybe the mascots removed it. Because we know that birds like making nests. And we know that Molly Macau's flying area is broken. Maybe that's her nest. And we know what happens when birds have nests. They reproduce. And if they reproduce, that's a bad thing. Because then there are going to be more and more Molly Macaws. Maybe the rest of them can also reproduce. And we know that there is also a plush. What's also extra, what I kind of saw while I was doing my playthrough, and once I was looking back on the video, I saw something. So we can know that the landing pad in all these areas used to be a happy, fun area. Until some workers started abusing the animatronics. They could be animatronics, or they could just be killer robots would kill anybody. And we know after we started the game of Molly's landing pad, all the lights shut. Why? It's probably because Molly Macaw is doing a trick on us. She cut it off the power, so then we have to follow her. But if we follow her, she wants to kill us. But we do not know that. So, we're just looking for passcodes for that door, and then just opening it and getting out of here. We just want to know about the theories. This character just wants to know about the stuff, what happened to this park, this once happy known park, into this one bad, scary, hell of a prison. It's like if you get trapped in jail for 20 years, or maybe like 100 years, but with killer animatronics. And we also know that Molly Macaw has been jump scaring us most of the time, just stalking us every single second. She knows that she could just do a simple strike on us, but they aren't. There is probably their main body parts and their infected body parts. Because we know that inside the video game in Indigo Park, we know that there is this one game where Scamus kind of infected, or like infected Molly Macaw. It could be the same, but she infected all of them. But hey, that's just my theory. And what about your theories, guys? Write it down in the comments. What do you think happened to this once lovely park into this hell of a prison? Goodbye.